your shit.
Man, you know the hoes be pulling out, man.
Let me try it. First bites. Smacking.
So like, that's how you get the best taste.
Oh shit. Those grits are hitting. Mm-hmm.
Too much salt, I feel like. One dash, shake less.
Right on the edge.
All right, well. It's like, cause that one, like weird, cause balance it out. Some
could balance it.
Some scoops be like, all right, that's too much, and then another scoop be like, well, I don't taste no salt.
Oh my god. That shit is amazing. Welcome to the Palette Podcast, Mike Melinoe.
My guy, appreciate that.
Big artist from Austin, Texas, but originally from Detroit,
West Side,
Michigan.
Baby. Yes, sir.
Today he has prepared an ultimate gift, an ultimate giving. The fried catfish and the grits. God damn it.
This shit too fucking good. It's really
My God.
I didn't even think them grits was gonna hit like this. But
you see me like sweating already?
You sweating off the sauce?
I'm beating up.
Man.
I'm just sweating because like it's just hot and I'm excited. The fish is so good.
Damn, this shit cracking. It might be, top 5.
I was gonna say this might be the best meal so far.
Yeah.
Oh my god, a crunch on this shit, man.
Come on, man. So what all did you put in that sauce again?
I put a whole jump, like ton of shit. It's a little mayo. Roll. Dijon mustard, some pickles, a little bit of kimchi, hot sauce, salt, pepper. Got a good little thing. I'm gonna try just a tapatio though too, so I gotta try it like
Bro,
OG way.
this shit is really like, it just hit home. It's like some shit like,
Yeah, when do you remember having this meal?
for the first time?
Yeah. Yeah, for the first
Honestly,
time.
I feel like my mom made it for me.
Like what's the earliest remembrance of this meal?
I don't know, I feel like it had to been within like 6 or 8 or some shit like.
Yeah.
Cause my mama made this shit a lot. This is one of her favorite things.
This is
To
killer.
the point where like she used to make like the fish and then the crust, the crust that just beat in the oil. Strain it out and put it on a newspaper or a napkin.
Right.
And then put hot sauce on the little crumbs and eat the crumbs like its own thing. So the crumbs along with
Almost
the
like
fish
they're
and
little
shit.
like burnt
Bruh,
fry ends
yes,
or something.
Bro, great.
I mean, it was like alright, but
Man, so like, she was just making that probably like 6, 8 or some shit, man. Cause it just seemed like she been making them my whole life. So I always smelled it, always like tasted. But that's like a southern thing and family from down south. So it's just.
Well, I was gonna say, is that something common that your family had gotten into? Was doing cookouts? You have family come over. I mean, I see when you go home, like you guys are cooking. Excuse me, like seafood and crab legs, and everyone's together and everyone's kicking in and everyone's bullshitting.
Nah.
That's a big thing here.
If anything, it was mainly more when niggas was young. But now, when niggas go back home, just trying to find some sort of time and remembrance of, our adolescence and just certain moments in my family.
Just getting together.
Yeah,
I feel like
man.
it's a good start.
Yeah, especially because I'm out of town. I'm not home. So whenever I'm back in Detroit, it just kind of give me this feeling where you just want to, just see your family, just kind of feel exactly how you felt when you was young.
Yeah.
Taste the same foods.
Have the same laughs with the same people.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, shit
People
just
like,
feel the same.
That's just like a thing that I think gets lost on people though too, because I think that's really important to have those times with your family. You know what I mean? Like, and have those cookouts. And I mean, in a way, we're pretty fortunate to have those, like, people putting it together. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
putting the family together for some reason. Like, hey, get your ass over here. We're cooking.
Birthday, holiday, cookout.
Yeah, that shit takes effort, dude. Like, and families stick together and make it happen.
Nah, then you got scenarios where, you know, just due to the ways of the world, how family just kind of go their separate ways. The older you get, you know how you used to go to family reunions or cookouts so often. Now it's just like it's only 2 people there, or I might be in Texas and it's just me and my folk.
Yeah.
Like, but you know, I kind of like it like that, because even now, you know, what we eating right now, it's like a part of, like, I feel like my childhood and stuff, but it's something so normal that I fuck with, to the point where, to be quite honest, this is like a fellowship moment, you know, write music, you know, chilling all day, to, you know, getting to the point where we like, you know, let's just, you know, cook a good meal that really only took about fucking 30 minutes, it feel like. Not even. I don't know, bro.
It really don't. It don't take that much time
Bruh,
to make something that's
quick.
That's wholesome and fucking packed with fucking
little turkey sausages and some eggs on the side. That'll do a lot. That's extra. I've never even had that with it, but just thinking now, like a sausage with a little turkey, so like that should go crazy. But like, you
that
know,
would
grits
be like
and
a
catfish,
nice
man.
like.
That's top of the
That
line.
sounds
man.
like a really interesting like fusion of like soul and
You
breakfast.
see what I'm saying? That's why I'm just like, man.
It's like breakfast soul.
I never ever seen eggs, you know what I mean, on the plate with catfish on.
And do you like cooking?
Man, one of my favorite
It seemed
things.
like you were whipping it up and then like
Yeah.
like you were paying attention to it, not just like throwing it down and hoping. You know what I mean? Like,
cause then you gotta think about the shit, man. First of all,
grab that
niggas
once you're done with
we ain't home, so I ain't trying to burn somebody else's house down. But also, it's just like,
That's
you know,
fair,
I want to make sure
Appreciate
you know
that.
he gets this experience of what I felt, you know, growing up, or what I desire the most. Cause this is one of my favorite meals of all time. Even I was nervous about the grits. I was like, I ain't never had this brand, you know. But it's just like,
You were
you
looking
got
for the
grits,
brand in the store.
bruh. I was kind of tripping at first.
What's grits way?
I think it's just the Quakers that I fuck with, or it's like a cheaper brand, you know. But it's just the kind of, you know, round, you know, cylinder kind of.
Yeah.
So
I think I've seen the Quakers
you know
before
what I mean?
for sure.
So, but I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, I was kind of nervous with the grits, but it was one of them things, like,
crazy with
just
the hot
salt,
sauce.
nice amount of water, nice amount of texture, like, you know, a little pepper, you know, a little butter.
Grits
that shit
are
can always hold it
cornmeal?
up.
What are
I'm
grits?
not sure. Grits are grits, I believe.
Grits are grits.
Yeah.
They're not like anything else.
No,
really.
no, no, I
The
don't
grain
think
is
they
so
were.
interesting.
Yeah, nah. Grits is kind of like a tail of rice, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for real,
It's
real.
similar. It's very similar.
But this breading, the crunch. Come on, man.
It's so good.
What's your favorite meal?
Favorite meal?
To cook, I feel like, nah, just keep on that.
Breakfast. Like, I love cooking breakfast. I love cooking wings.
Wings?
Yeah, I like making wings.
Like barbecue or fried?
I like making like put them in the air fryer like we're gonna do.
Oh, okay.
Like I just love throwing them in there, saucing them up. Like I love that shit. Like I love blue cheese too. I mean, you're not the dairy kind, but
Right.
it's like making like a nice buffalo wing or nice that. All breakfast I love. Like I'll take anything and dump it in some breakfast and make a scramble in the morning. That's probably like my favorite thing to do. Honestly, I grew up like what are we doing for dinner? Like, you want to eat breakfast? Yeah, that sounds great. Like all the time. Like it was just all the fucking time.
And what was the meals?
I'd be like, wake up. Well, you mean like what the breakfast was?
Yeah, would it be like pancakes or?
No, we were big on eggs.
Okay.
We like mix a lot of like, we did like scramble bowls, a lot of omelets.
I love omelets, bro.
My grandfather he created like his own like type of like breakfast like sandwich kind of thing. He like took a paper plate. He basically made an omelet, put it on a paper plate, and rolled up the paper plate, and you just like inch the omelet out and just like take a bite of it.
What's it called?
We called it the McZadie.
McZadie?
McZadie. Zadie is grandfather in like Yiddish,
Okay.
which is like the old language of like Jewish people and stuff, but like in like Jewish heritage it's like Zadie or Zeta. So we called it the McZadie, and he would whip up McZadies like for everyone in the neighborhood. Like, but yeah, breakfast was big.
I love breakfast. Breakfast I could eat all day, every day. I consider this breakfast, to be honest with you. This is definitely breakfast to me.
Really?
I've always had it.
Had it
I've
for
probably
breakfast?
had it at night. Yeah, always breakfast, bro.
That's such a crazy breakfast.
Crazy as fuck.
It was
Like,
awesome.
Grits, catfish grits. Like that's
Anything
top of
else
the line.
ever getting served with this? Like any greens?
Nah.
No.
I always just seen catfish and grits, man. But like, to be honest, man, one of my other favorites is just like pancakes, bro. Pancakes and a nice hash brown. Like,
What's your favorite pancake spot or breakfast spot in Austin?
The saddest shit, bro. IHOP.
What about Detroit?
Well, Coney Islands. Like, you got Coney Islands all around the whole fucking Michigan.
I have
Pretty
no idea
much
what
like
that is.
Detroit Metro. Oh man, so it's like pretty much like a diner.
I love
You know what I mean?
diners.
Like all kind of diners type shit. So, cheap little diner. I can give me about 4 pieces of probably pancakes for about $3.
That's perfect.
You know what I mean? With a little hash brown, $1.99. You only spending a hot jump. Like, bro, you ain't spending shit, but you going out there fat pancakes, probably a ½ inch, thick.
You said called Coney Island?
Yeah, Coney Island. And there's different ones. L. Jordans, like, you know what I mean? Leo's. There's a lot of different, like, Leo's and, like, Taylor and shit. It's just like.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
It's like a whole franchise. It's just got different spots. I would love to own a Coney. But, yeah, I just really fuck with, like, back in the crib, like, that's really what I love about Detroit. Like, I used to get the chili cheese fries.
Yeah.
The chili cheese fries. I forgot how much it cost. I think probably less than $5, bro. But a nice little motherfucking container like this. Fries filled up, hanging out that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Chili cheese fries over top of that. I mean, you talk about when
I love some just like
you see what I'm
good
saying?
food like that though.
That was like the kind of food where it was just like, man, you so broke, but this shit is everything for you. You know what I mean? And even like I ate so much candy back in the day where that was kind of the same feeling. It was like Faygo or the Better Made chips, like
Yeah.
You know what I
those
mean?
were those chips you get shipped in.
oh my god,
Yeah, I never had them.
fam. It's really top of the line, but just certain kind of like foods or whatever that get you to that point. But breakfast, man, I'm telling you,
really-
man, top of the line for me, bro.
I'm about to do a papoomch, but like
what?
it really be giving you mini vacations when you be taking when you be eating food like that though, right? Like it takes you to like another place, like a whole like everything we just talked about, the family parties, this, that, and the third. It takes you to
I think
a
that's
moment.
what food's about, man.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite foods
Memories.
is Caribbean, like,
The jerk chicken stuff.
I mean, it's really jerk chicken, bro, to be honest with you. I haven't really had too much else.
I
But
never
went
had
to Atlantis.
oxtail, but I want to
Oxtail?
have oxtail. I heard it's
I just
amazing.
sound like it's just gonna be seasoned good enough.
And it's just like stewy, and I love stews, and like you look at an oxtail
I love
plate,
that
even a
shit.
Jamaican jerk plate, it's like, dude, it's like stuffed with stuff. Like, it's you can't get enough
Heavy,
of that.
the spices.
Yeah,
That's what I love the most. The spices, My mama always, was a spice type. God, mama. It's like everybody had that whole, like, characteristics of the spice. So now I'm like, kind of like the next generation. Like, yo, I love spices. Like, I
real.
used to like have hot Cheetos. Put hot sauce on them. Put hot
Yeah,
sauce
you
on
really
the
like
Cheeto
the-
bag.
when we were in the grocery store, you were really looking for something spicy, and you
So there ain't no
like-
point in, like, trying to have something that's like hot, but it ain't taking it over the top. I'm like, nah, man. If we gonna have some spices, man, I'm trying to feel something.
I like the ones we got. I think that the
Yeah,
ghost
the
pepper pie
habanero.
would have been hot. But I don't even know
Too
if
much.
I don't know if it would have been too much because the habanero usually, like, I've had habanero sauces and then they're harsh, like crazy, but that one, like, I feel like is rather mild.
Yeah. The mango one,
That one's sweet.
never in my life had nothing like that. But it's a
That's
good
good.
combination.
Yeah, it had a nice little heat kick to it. And you seem excited. I mean, we've been cooking records all day,
Man.
and you
Landed.
You got the
Boom.
new. Yeah. You're out here in LA. He's here.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of things that have changed, musically, logistically with you, and it's super exciting to see. I mean, we have, you know, not to toot our own horns, we have like other records coming out that will be out by the time this podcast.
Right.
This is out. You know, we'll figure that out. But yeah, it's exciting to see your growth in just the the small time. When we met in fucking when did we meet? What year was that?
I think it was like 2015 or 16.
Maybe like.
I think it was 16, man.
Was it 16? It had to be right before I.
It was 16 for sure.
When did I turn 21?
It was 16 because I went overseas for the first time. Well, with my girl,
like 2015, 2016, like right around there, right?
I know it wasn't 15 because Seda didn't come out that time.
Oh, so it had to be 16. But I thought I came out here in 16. Maybe I did both.
It was 16 for sure, though, not 15.
So, yeah, so we met through Seda.
Yeah.
Another producer.
Out there at South by.
And South by. Mm-hmm. And
crazy times with everybody motherfucking trying to have a good time in Austin, Texas. Like,
yeah, that's such a. I wish I was like around when it kind of was first kicking off and really like
experienced the RSVP, bro. People used to say they used like all the big parties, all this shit, bro. Like all you had to do was RSVP. It was no, you have to pay too much. Like, you know what I mean? Like 400, 500, 600 people pop up to a venue overnight. Like
it's just wild, dude. I feel like it just be packed out.
Now it's like you gotta pay $200 to get in the show. That's gonna have 30 people there. It's like, nigga, what the fuck? Nigga ain't even trying to perform. Like,
yeah,
it's up too.
I just wrote up a king size. Yeah. We need the lighter.
Yeah.
I don't know where it went.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, here it is.
I was about to say, sometimes niggas be having it in my pocket. Mm-hmm. Yo, that shit was so fucking good, man.
Bro, that shit was so good. I'm so satisfied. Like, I'm gonna eat that little piece, but or if you want it, you can have it. Like, it is so good.
You know, just escape from the the world. You know what I mean? Like, that shit just hit. But it's crazy, man, because at the end of the day, man, like, there's some sort of emotion in play. You know what I mean? Even with the music. Yeah. So much motion in play that, like, you know, it's either you're consuming or a part of the consumption being delivered. So
How did you get into making music? I don't know if we ever had that conversation.
Man, I mean, me as Mike Melinoe, I started in 2012, but started making music, man, in like middle school.
And were you always Mike Melinoe? Oh, so Mike Melinoe was 2012. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. So like I had like a few different names. So I had like some wild names, bro. I wouldn't even name them, but it's just so ridiculous.
Give us one. Give us your favorite.
My favorite. I never really necessarily had a favorite. That's how quick the bitches was moving. Right. But I had this name called Nuckus McFly.
Nuckus McFly. You know, it has to go in the title.
That's ridiculous, dog.
Vacation, fried catfish, and golden grits, and Nuckus McFly
that
LP.
Shit was fucking ridiculous. Bro, I'm talking about that shit was so trash, man. But it was so crazy because when I came up with it, I was just like, yo, that shit's so fire. But I was like,
how you were,
man, how old were you? I felt like I was like one of the greatest, you know, to do it. But it was really more so because I was like, damn, I never came up with like a name. It was like Lil Mike or, you know what I mean, Mike. Like, it was just, you know, shit that niggas knew. But this one was just like, damn, just kind of like, you know, because I was thinking about Knuckles from Sonic and shit. Knuckles McFly.
You fuck with Sonic?
Yeah.
Fuck with video games.
But really, the soundtrack of Sonic.
It's fire.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, it's like
the casino scene.
It's like ding ding. It's just constantly like thrilling, but Sonic is just a fast-paced game. It's a fast-paced character. But Knuckles, he was interesting.
Bad, bro. I really don't even know, man. That was a weird time. But I was just I was in my bag about that, trying to name everything. But like, you know, started making music like no, for sure. Like started making music like for real though. Yeah. Like middle school, you know, just doing little shit, writing all the way, bro.
What got you into that?
It was just always, man, like just always a thing. My dad, played the piano, did all this different kind of crazy shit.
Yeah.
So I just kind of felt compelled to kind of create. My mom was, pretty much a creative director, always kind of like, directing the choirs and just,
Sure.
creating different kind of things when it comes to church world.
Church?
Oh yeah, church was big, man. Church was big. I was like 3 times a week. Like literally
wow.
Bible study, rehearsal and motherfucking, the sermon. But and that was crazy too, because even at that time when I was young, like of course we have no idea what the fuck going on. We just going with our parents, but
What?
It's just a different kind of lifestyle of church that I feel like a lot of people don't know about. Like, even the freakiness, the essence of just youth, you know what I mean? Trying to figure things out,
Right.
I think that is like a world that, and it's crazy because you would imagine that church was the most sacred, but, sinners go to church to get saved in a sense. And I think that's the craziest concept.
I mean, I think that makes it even more
Yeah,
sacred
like,
in a sense. Yeah.
bro, I remember, like, literally a preacher said that when he was young type shit. Like, he's just saying, like, you gotta look around sometimes. Like, everybody you around is going through some shit outside this building, in a sense. But, that shit just kind of brewed my shit, man. Just seeing so much music around me, the jazz, and then eventually hearing hip-hop. And I heard hip-hop.
I was gonna say, what was like the
first?
Yeah, like, or like just like that moment of like hearing it, like,
oh, Lil Wayne, Wobbity Wop, like, all the Hot Boys, like that was like.
There was a song specifically,
bro. The Block is Hot, like, you know what I mean? The Block is Hot, all that, like that whole time, the big time, like, what's so crazy? Like, it was this gospel singer named Mike or something, and I was so hyped. I got a CD.
Church?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was like this big kind of. They used to be having these random shows, and they used to always have the baddest hoes pulling up, bro. It's crazy, bro. Like, I'm talking about, you just like, damn, like, you know what I mean? And my little no hairline ass, ready to dabble, but like, yeah, I pull up to one of them, and I think I got like a seat, like a tape, a cassette from one of the spots, and I had my little player and shit. I'm like, wow, you know what I mean? Feeling great. And then, bro, out of nowhere, dog, like, I started listening to this shit. I'm like, yo, this dude is rapping. I'm like, hype. I'm trying to rap. And this is so young, bro. 7, 8, dog.
Wow.
Like, young. Like, young, bro. Just doing shit.
It's crazy. That's a big influence.
Later on, boom, boom, boom.
Weezy had and shit.
Nah, later on, then I heard Wayne, bro.
Oh, later
it was
on.
over. Yeah, so this was the gospel singer at first. And then,
which
years
kind of was
later,
like.
Yeah, because I was hearing rap.
It was like, I like this, but like, I don't know what this is necessarily.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Because we all heard rap, but it was just more like this distant perspective of rap. I only really heard like, neo soul, gospel, and a lot of jazz.
Right.
Because I only listened to the radio. I used to, certain V98.7, all this different kind of shit. Like, I used to always be on that shit.
Local channels.
But then it got to the point we getting babysat, and by my older cousin, they like, 16
playing
and shit,
stuff.
17, babysitting us. And they playing all the music, MTV videos, and I'm in front of the TV like, whoa. But I would never forget, bro, listening to Lil Wayne, bro, and the block is hot, the block is hot. I like, and I'm just like, yo, this bro, out the roof crazy. We got this whole van, that we used to be all in, little kids just hopping in this little van,
the block is
going
hot,
crazy, bro. But it was so insane. But I was just like, I just fell in love. I was just like, Lil Wayne he looked young.
Right.
And it was even like, Bow Wow and stuff like that. Like, when he popped out and stuff, it was just seeing these younger perspectives in it.
Something that you can, like...
Bro, yeah, it just kind of looked familiar.
It seemed like you could grab it type shit, yeah.
But Lil Wayne was rapping different, though. Lil Wayne came, like, even in the group, he just kind of felt different.
Was he always on the auto-tune shit?
Nah, he was, like, heavy pretty much. Just regular rapping with the weak-ass, like, nasty reverb, how they used to have it back in the day. That shit used to be disgusting. Like, to listen to the mix now, but
crazy back
that shit is crazy. Just to think about, like, the whole process. But yeah, man, Lil Wayne to, dabbling off into the MF Dooms, to the Outkast, to the J Lex, to, Camp Lows, and just fell in love, bro. Like, all through, like, middle school to, like, high school.
I don't know what Camp
Lows. But
Lows
high
is.
school, whoa, okay. Yeah, man. We gonna take me. That's one of my favorites. Like, honestly, one of my favorites.
Single artist or a group?
Group, two fellas, man. Dog. And I'm talking about, like, very talented, bro. But it was more like they were rapping in a very different way. It was like kind of like when Amigos first came out. And Amigos, and this is a horrible comparison, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but it isn't. I understand what you're saying.
Like,
yeah.
it's just far as like uniqueness of sound to me. Like, I was just like, yo, this just sounds different. Like, you know what I mean? But that whole time was crazy too. You know, just the music
the cover
around
is
it.
crazy to.
Don't give me your swing. I got mine. Come on, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
I want to play some after the.
Don't give me your swing.
Pod,
I got mine, and that's the thing. Blase, blase. Like, yeah, man. Hearing that shit was just like changing my whole perspective on just music, because everything was just gangster rap. Then we had our local shit, you know. So it was just, and I never just paid attention.
And they were local.
Nah, Camp Low. I don't even know what Camp. I think they probably out of New York. I don't fucking know, but Camp Low. I never even looked it up. That's funny you just said that shit. I never thought about that. But yeah, Camp Low, man. That was one of the people I used to just try to, like, you know, I used to just grab YouTube beats off and just kind of like rap over their beats, go to the studio type shit. And just Swing is one of my favorite records. I feel like that transition was just from Lucchini to that was just ridiculous. Maybe even if that was just the video perspective they had, but
yeah, Lucchini, aka this is
man, you know, Swing, I got on, and that's the thing. Blase, blase.
I've heard of that.
Who name Bill, man?
It says the Bronx, New York, and the rappers' names are Sonny Chiba and G.G. Suede. G.G. Suede.
Yeah, G.G. Suede. That's crazy.
That's hard.
Nah, man, that shit was legendary, man. Just seeing them niggas cook like that, like.
And then when did you start, like, taking it more serious?
Well, I was in this little collective, man, for a little bit. Like middle school and shit with my cousin and shit. But them niggas was very unproductive. Like, they had the studio and everything. It's just, I just felt like I wasn't doing shit. Like, it was just very stagnant.
Right.
Then I was like, yo, you know, let me just create my own shit. I was like, let me just figure this shit out. Came up with Organic Geniuses, and then boom, met this dude named Rakeem, you know, and then we just built from that point. But, you know, it was crazy because I feel like when I first went to college and I didn't make the football team because I tried out.
Yeah.
I didn't make it, and I started to realize, like, damn, it's going to be way harder than I thought. Not to say I can't do it, but it was one of the things, like, you can do this, but I just personally don't think that you give a fuck about it because you never even broke that threshold.
Right.
You would just go up to the threshold, peak, and you
may have had down it the whole time.
Yeah, it was just kind of like, am I really going to make it, bro? Like, it just didn't feel realistically, to be honest. You know, or realistic. And then I pretty much was just like, you know what, let me just figure out this music, because I always said if I were to ever go back to music, I was going to take it serious. Because it was something I had since, like, young, like 6th, 5th grade type shit. If I ever made music, I was going to take it serious.
Right.
I was like, all right, let me start making this shit. Started working on different music and ended up going home. My mom, you know, get a job, you know, go to the Army, all this different shit. I'm failing tests to the Army. Like,
wait, you were in the Army?
Nah, I failed the test. Like, I literally was in there circling anything. Shit. But I'm talking about, like, I literally was in that hole taking tests, like, seconds from, you know, but I was like, yo, I'll never forget taking the test, and I'm like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to be here, and I just started circling random shit, and I was like, nah, if I pass this shit, that shit was random as fuck.
It was like a fate thing, yeah.
But I'm like, no, I'm trying my best to circle the wrong things, because I was like, if I don't do it, maybe my mom get a little, you gotta find something, and maybe I can just get a regular job and just kick it. But at that time, I'm like, man, I gotta figure this shit out. It's like 2011, and then boom, boom, boom. You know, just getting better. Organic Geniuses, we going on. You know, we kicking. I go down to the East Coast for the first time. Start doing different shit, doing shows.
You go to Delaware.
Yeah, Delaware, Maryland, like Baltimore, DC. Like just doing gigs, coming back doing gigs, all the open mics, and shit just got serious over time. Now it's like, you know what I mean? Just trying to be like Drake. Shit, man, for real. Nah, but just bust our ass, man. Just give the world what we, you know, can truly offer in a sense, but also give our true selves, man, and just have a good ass time and just get better. Like,
yeah, sure.
If we ain't getting better, this shit is a waste of our fucking time.
Yeah, you gotta continue to push each other. You're glad you finally got verified.
Man. Yeah, man. Crazy enough, it just feel like it's been there the whole time. Shit is weird, but
the blue check is a funny thing.
It is, man. It's
like
I saw that shit 4 a.m., 3 a.m. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, something look weird. I'm like, damn, oh shit, I'm verified. Then I was like, I'm verified.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It just felt like.
Yeah, it did. It always
I've
just
been
felt
verified.
It just always felt like.
I am verification.
Next to your name. I swear. I seen it. Like.
That shit just seemed like deja vu. It'd be kind of weird sometimes. But not weird in a way where it's like weird, but more weird like, yo, I literally manifested all this shit. It just happens at the time that it happened. And the time that it's happening is so in the moment of me living that I forgot that I manifested this to the point where I forgot the moment. It's just like, oh, this is another day. It's
because you just keep
it's
accomplishing
like,
shit you want to accomplish.
On to the next. Oh, call my son. Oh, hey, gotta smoke. Gotta make another song. Oh, forgetting the whole kid in me. That's just like, fam. It's 1,000 niggas for sure wish they was verified and getting opportunities like what we doing. And it's just like, yeah. But right now, all I want to do is put in the work, man. Just keep getting better and just, you know, what we on. But no, I appreciate 100%. It, man, for real, dog.
100%, yeah.
You can just follow me on Instagram or, you know, Twitter at Mike Melinoe. That's MikeMelinoe. And yeah.